Zdraveti prijatelji, welcome back to A Taste of Bulgaria. So we're back in Varna again for Varna's top hotel. If you've not seen my video with the top 10 hotels chosen by guest reviews, then this will pop up just at the top of the screen now. You can check that out and you can find out how we got to this point. I'm going to go down to City Boutique now, have an interview with Magdalena, and she's going to tell us how she made it to be the best. So we're inside now City Boutique Inn, and I'm here with the owner, Magdalena.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being
inviting
here.
us into your beautiful home.
Thank you.
I think this is definitely one of my favourite of the hotels on this list. Definitely. I love the homely feel that you've made with it, and the fact that we've got to take our shoes off just like in a real Bulgarian house.
Absolutely, yes. Bare feet.
So how long have you owned this place, and how long have you been running it?
We bought the building in 2017. Did enormous renovations since the building is a cultural monument,
Okay.
almost 100 years old. Always been a bank and administrative building. We decided to convert it into a house. It took us little less than a year, and it operates as a guest house since November of 2017.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So usually what type of guests do you usually get? Business guests or?
It depends on the season. In the summer, an active touristic season starting June up until the end of September. We have mostly tourists. Throughout the year, there are a lot of business tourists, a lot of corporate guests that are coming here. But in the winter, probably 85 to 90% of the guests are corporate.
Okay.
Versus in the summer, we have 75 to 95% tourists, and the rest are corporate.
Okay. Yeah. And you pride yourself on your score from
Oh,
booking.
absolutely! It's
And you've got a really high score. I think it's an amazing score. And what are you at now?
right now we're at 9.8, and we've been
9.8.
9.8 for 2 years, going on a third year. We started with 9.9, got a little bit lower in 9.8, and I'm actually trying to get it up to 9.9 again since we have straight A's for 16 months now.
Okay.
16 months with nothing less than 10.
So you are Bulgarian.
I was born in Bulgaria,
You
that
was
is
born in
correct, yes.
Bulgaria.
Yes.
But you've got a bit of an American kind of accent. Where is that coming from?
All over US, to be honest with you.
Right.
We've lived in US for 16 years, 5 different states. Started in New Jersey a little bit, then Boston, Massachusetts, a couple of years in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, where I gave birth to my son, 10 years old son, who is named after Tom Brady. Very American. And then we finished our American journey in California, in the Silicon Valley.
Okay.
So-
So what brought you back to Bulgaria then?
It was just the next move.
Yeah.
For
just for-
yes, 26 years together with my husband, we really have 37 official addresses. We've packed and moved 37 times.
So that's more than one a year then, isn't
It is on average 6 to 7 months at address, that is true. You know, sometimes we just pack for a couple of months, somewhere in between. Some other times we stay for 4 or 5 years. And actually being in Bulgaria is one of the longest now.
Right.
Yes, going into 5th year. It's a record.
It's a record, yes, exactly. What is your mission statement here?
One of the things that became very important for me when I was a business traveler, because I've traveled all over the world with Ericsson. I worked for Ericsson for a long time, and one of the most important thing was when I'm away from home, to be home somehow. And there was a new kind of new wave into hospitality business in US of creating small houses and small places where you really go, you feel like home. It is very nice and charming, and there is someone taking care of you among few other guests, not 400 other guests, but few other guests, 10 or 20 the most. So it was an idea for me to create something similar for travelers and for people who wanted to stay in Varna.
Yeah.
It's another thing why Varna, we can talk about it if you're interested,
Yes.
but later on when your question comes in. But the one proud thing, and I think I make it the best here, not only in Varna, but I think I'm one of the best customer service giver in Bulgaria.
Right.
I know for sure I can teach it, I can practice it. I practice it every single time with every single guest who opens that door.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much from so many colleagues of mine, so many of my superiors, also traveling and being among so many nationalities.
Yes. This definitely helps, I think.
It helps a lot of being flexible. It helps a lot of being understanding exactly of the needs of others, and being in the hospitality business, that is the most important thing of understanding exactly of the needs of the guest when they come in, because these people travel, these people can probably meet so many difficulties, and when they come in over here, they really want to go to a very comfortable room, take a shower, have an entertainment, have a Wi-Fi, because we are 21st century.
Yes.
Have a beautiful, delicious breakfast. And these are the most important things in hospitality. And I think there are a lot of hoteliers in Bulgaria that need to learn that.
Yes. It is a bit, I don't want to say in a bad light, but yeah, there is a slight bad reputation with the hospitality of Bulgaria.
People need to understand, the hoteliers need to understand that it's not the building that makes the hotel.
No.
It is the customer service and the hospitality and the flexibility.
The staff.
And meeting the needs of the guests. That is, no capricious guests are actually here. I mean, we can do so many things. Of course, there is a list of things that we cannot absolutely do.
Yes.
But we can be very polite and explain to every single guest who would like to have a golden egg from a kiwi or whatever it is, that few things are not possible, but we'll do whatever we can and offer them something else.
Yes. So. And this is always, like you said, it's the management of the guest that's important. There is no bad guests, there's only bad management.
Absolutely. I mean, I stand behind that 100%. There could be a unacceptable behavior or behavior of a guest who is coming over here, because there are so many things going on before we meet our guests. I mean, could be the airport, could be the taxi driver, could be the exchange bureau, could be anything in between, you know. Could be the wife, could be the husband, the kids, whatever it is, right? So many reasons. But I mean, when they come in over here, there is always a smiling face waiting for them. There is always a drink. Hey, let me make you feel comfortable. Sit down over here. Let me take care of you. You know, here, you know, you will feel as good as you want to, and I'm here to serve your needs, whatever you need.
Well, I mean, this definitely reflects in your score, because more often than not, people who are writing reviews are the ones that have a bad experience. So if your score is so high, this is just proving that the ones who want to write, you have gone up and above the level.
Well, absolutely. People would love to write when they're either extremely dissatisfied or absolutely satisfied.
Yes.
In the middle, there is no point, there is no motivation. If you're then you see why you're writing. I may say something bad, something good, but probably it's not worth my time.
Yes.
But if it's very bad experience, then you're so angry that you really want to show them, hey guys, there are so many things not okay with you that I will tell you.
Yes.
Or at the same time, oh my God, I've been so impressed by this place. I really want to share that with the world, because the world and travelers like me need to see it.
Need to know about this.
Need to know about it, exactly. And this is where I fall into, of just making everything possible to impress my guests. And my guests are impressed first at the door, and then their experience does not go down. Their experience goes up with the wow factor somewhere. And the next thing, a wow factor, is the way I treat them. And if that doesn't wow them, then is the room. Because usually when they get in, people say, oh my God, the room looks better than on the pictures.
Yeah, that's really nice, because normally people fake you a little bit with the picture. You come inside and a little bit disappointed sometimes, aren't you?
Yeah. It's an interesting philosophy. To have a splashy building, to have a splashy foyer, or a bar or a restaurant. And when the guest goes to the room and they're like, that room doesn't match to what I saw at the door. You know, and to be honest with you, the room needs to be the wow factor, not the restaurant.
Oh, this is what the people are paying for at the end of the day.
Exactly. They'll be spending at least 8 hours in the bed. The bed needs to be comfortable. They'll take a shower or two. The shower needs to be sparkling clean. Shower area, the bathroom, everything there.
This is very important for my partner, Betty.
God, absolutely.
This is what she checks the picture first.
Absolutely. No. That's very, very important, because you're not home. When you're used to using your bathroom, you can be a little bit sloppy here and there, but it's your thing. It's your body, it's your soap, it's your everything. But when you think about another person has been using that facility, and it's not clean, and you're
surgically clean.
Exactly. Then you start thinking, what am I getting? That's the least thing. You have no idea what it is. And then we go further with how comfortable and how efficient is one room, or a suite, or apartment, whatever it is. When you travel, you really cannot take the entire home with yourself. You take a little luggage with the most necessary items with you, and then one hotel room really needs to provide everything. I mean, a toothpaste, because you have probably forgotten it, or a little bit of items that you need for the shower. And then as I mentioned, Wi-Fi need to be fast Wi-Fi, especially for the business travelers. They need to be able to continue working. And they worked all day, they have dinner. When they come back at the hotel, they need to continue working. That's why they're on the business trip. There is not enough time during the day to finish whatever they need. So not providing a fast enough Wi-Fi is not attracting business travelers.
And I don't think that's acceptable, because Bulgaria is known to have one of the fastest internets in Europe.
Absolutely.
So it's not acceptable in an accommodation to provide this for your guests.
And plus, actually, this fast internet is at a very low price. Comparing to US, for example, or any Western European country, we don't pay much for a fast internet. And we have fiber optic almost everywhere. So, plus all the cables and everything has been placed few years ago. It's not like, for example, in US, all the cables and all the lines have been created, the system, internet has been created 30 years ago. And they don't change it that often, but in Bulgaria we started doing that recently.
Yes.
No compromises on that to offer Wi-Fi everywhere. Not in the lobby only, in the room, everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes. Everywhere.
Can you imagine a business traveler coming from his or her room down to the lobby, because in the lobby there is Wi-Fi in their room?
Yes, he sits with the laptop on his knee on the steps. Yeah.
It's not
It
serious.
wouldn't work.
That's not serious.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty then. What people really want to know.
Absolutely.
How much do you usually charge for your rooms?
It depends on the season. We have dynamic pricing.
Mm-hmm.
That means a software, because we have a channel manager.
Okay.
The channel manager manages all the reservations, also the pricing. So if we are booked at, let's say, 67%, then the prices, it depends on the length of the free rooms, either bumps up the prices, or if we don't have sold rooms, we have like 2 rooms left, and it's a 1 or 2 days, then it just drops it down.
Drops the price.
Exactly. So let's say in the high summer, the lowest price we have is 79 euros a night.
Yeah.
The higher goes for the studio, almost 200 euros a night.
Okay.
During the winter, and the lowest we go for 59 euros a night, and the highest goes to 115 euros a night.
Yeah.
So these are our prices.
Right.
Of course, for the corporate clients, we do have contracts usually.
Yes.
I do have few companies that are always sending their guests. They have lower prices for the corporate, but since I have guests staying for 2 months, for 3 months, occupying the entire house, then of course I have a bulk offer for them. And
yes. How far are we from the center here now?
we actually, the walking pedestrian area starts from here.
Yeah.
We just need to go out from the door, make a few steps left, and then go up. The pedestrian area starts from here. The Opera House is 6 minutes away from us. That used to be the center of the city, but now it's extended. And since we are located in one of the most prominent areas and the oldest areas in city of Varna, the Greek neighborhood.
Greek quarter.
Yes. Almost everything became pedestrian area.
Yeah. And we're maybe 10 minutes walk from the sea garden?
We are 6 minutes walk from the sea garden, also 6 minutes because the sea garden is on the beach, 6 minutes from the central and the south beach. So it's pretty close.
Yeah, so it's a great location.
It's perfect location for
location.
A lot of people. And it's quiet. We're located on a very, very quiet, small street. And only business actually is going through Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 or 6 o'clock. Then it's very, very quiet. That used to be the financial center of the city.
Right.
Now it's reviving, and now it's being renovated and converted into residential and hotels. I mean, we have it will be built a 4th hotel on a relatively small street. We are 7 numbers only, address numbers, and will be 4 hotels here.
You're a 3-star, classed as a 3-star hotel.
That is the highest stars for guest houses. That is correct.
Guest house, because that's how because I don't know exactly.
I can explain, if that's.
Yeah. I mean, what does it take to get this 3-star, 4-star, 5-star?
Okay, so if we talk about hotels, the hotels are from 1 star to 5 stars.
Yes.
If we talk about guest houses, they go from 1 star to 3 stars the most.
Right.
The requirements of the tourist law is to have a linens that need to be of a certain quality, then to have how the rooms are furnished and what they have, what they offer, what are the tiles used. It goes to the quality of the items and the furnishings and the building itself and how everything looks. The municipality of Varna has an agency that usually two of their agents are coming and they're reviewing.
Yes.
We apply for the stars. When I applied, I said the stars they don't mean too much to me. And especially being a world traveler, I see the quality that's been offered at 5 stars here versus, let's say, 5 stars at US, 5 star at Dubai, 5 star at China, even China. And I said, all right, for me, it doesn't really matter. But when the two agents came in and they saw my application and said, are you sure you want to stay 1 star? Because 1 star has a lower requirement, has lower tax fee, has lower touristic fee and everything. And I said, why? I mean, if I need to be registered, I'll register myself. They said, no, how about at least 2? And I said, girls, what is the difference between 1 and 2? And they said, oh, it's 35 stutinki or 50 stutinki or 60 stutinki per guest per night. And I said, do you know what? Just put the highest then. And said, you're a 3 star. I mean, if we could give you 4 star,
we would.
We will do it. It's just the guest houses don't have more than 3. And I said, all right, let's do 3. And now I'm a 3 star guest house.
Nice. I think you definitely deserve it. It's absolutely beautiful house.
Thank you.
What do the people get in the price? So what amenities do they have? Services you provide with, I believe you have breakfast, don't you? And what facilities do you have in the house?
All right, we have 2 studios and 4 rooms. All of them are equipped with very large bathrooms. The suites have a retro bathtub and a separate glass shower and a separate toilet. Some of our rooms have bidet, which is very common in the Mediterranean area. Yeah. The price includes delicious and very, very rich breakfast, and it's accustomed to every desire. For example, this morning I had a guest who is very regular. She is with us every month, and she would love to have croissants with blue cheese and lemon juice for her water, and that's her breakfast.
Right.
And I remember that because we usually take notes on every single guest what they prefer. Gluten intolerant. That's my question at the registration, at check-in. Do you have any food intolerances, or do you prefer specific food that you would like to enjoy? And it's very easy to accommodate that. As long as I know what their desire and expectations are, for me, it's absolute pleasure to give them another wow.
Yeah.
Wow at the door, wow at the room, and then wow at the breakfast.
With the
because
service.
absolutely, it's the service, but it is to make someone not missing their food and not making exceptions with their diet is very important. I know when I travel, for example, for me, it's very important to have a kitchen because I'd like to stay on my diet. I'd like not to make so many exceptions because I travel a lot, or we have so many celebrations, I have so many friends. And if I have to make exceptions with everything, I'm not on a diet. I'm accepting everything that, I cannot even say I'm on a diet though. I have to watch myself of what I'm eating and drinking just because there are so many exceptions. With the travel, that should not be an issue. And this is what I'm trying to offer them. If you have, some special needs, I need to know, because I'll be more than happy to provide that for you. And there is a professionally equipped fitness, which is behind us, that can be used by our guests 24/7. I don't lock it. I do service the American Embassy, for example, and they were the first who came in, used it every single morning, and they said, we are staying with you just because when we go to different hotels, if we need to practice, if we need to go to the gym, they open the gym at 9. I have to be at work at 9. I mean, 8 even doesn't work. I need to be at the gym at 6 o'clock, work out until 7:30, take a shower, have breakfast, and by 8:30 be done and go to work. So it doesn't work for them, and I know for sure that it doesn't work for me either when I travel and they open the gym at 9.
Yeah.
But they open the gym at 9 because there is already someone working at the hotel at 9 and they can watch it. What it is to watch. People who go to the fitness, they know how to manage themselves, how to conduct themselves.
Yes.
You know, if you don't allow kids, you don't allow kids.
Yeah.
No one is crazy to take their kids because that will ruin their workout. So they need to trust travelers a little bit more. Yes, yes. I think that's the case.
A newbie to the gym doesn't decide when they're at a hotel, let's start to go to the gym now today.
Exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
it's a very true point.
Exactly. And in addition, we have infrared sauna.
Right.
We decided to go with the infrared, not with the Swedish or Finnish or Russian, the hottest ones, because some people have heart conditions. Some people would not enjoy as hot as these are. So the infrared sauna is 50 degrees only. It penetrates through the skin, actually works with the muscles.
Right.
And after workout or hot tub or taking a shower or even walk outside, it's fantastic to just take it.
Perfect.
And we have a lot of runners too.
Right.
People who run, and that's why they book us, because we're very close to the Sea Garden. So they run there and they use the infrared sauna a lot.
And they come back.
Yes, yeah, they take a shower and they just jump in.
So I'd love you to show me them beautiful rooms.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go and have a look at them.
Absolutely, we can do that.
So that was it for the interview. I really hope you liked it. So if you wanted to see how we got to this point, then pick this video here, and this is the top 10 accommodation in Varna. If you want other tips about Varna, then choose this playlist here. If you're new to my channel and you want to know what Taste of Bulgaria is all about, pick this video here. And hopefully we're going to see you on the next one.